All right, everybody. It seems like the ads might be over, at least for some people. Looks like Stone had to suffer through a few there, so I'm so sorry about that. I wish I didn't need them, but I unfortunately do. So, hey Jupiter, how's this going? Wow, we got a lot of people in here today. Hell yeah, I'm excited. For those of you that don't know or might be new or just lurking, I have a pin post that I put up on my Blue Sky every single week, where you can submit your artwork, and then every Saturday we will do a stream where we go over your beautiful artwork, and we say super nice things about it. So yeah, they they do help. But quick plug, what would really help me is if you really like me and really like my content, subscribing helps like way more. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop on over and go boop. All right, let's get this party going here. So let's see who we got first. Sarah Mackenzie is once again on top of the art share, just immediately posting here. Sarah wrote, "Thanks for the art share. I normally draw fantasy and sci fi creature concept art as well as occasional illustration. I apologize in advance if I've shared this character before, but I don't think I have. Nope, I have not seen this one yet, but thanks for taking that into account. I really appreciate it. I don't mean to be mean when I see like, like duplicates and stuff. Like I know sometimes people don't always have new work. I know I'm even guilty of that. It's just so I'm not like, like repeating the same stuff, that kind of thing. But I still love to see it. Character art, Biohazard. She is a zombie. Ooh, she's even got the Biohazard symbol right on her face, so there is no question whether you should get close to her or not. A pale green undead woman stands on a gray background. Pink flames dance around her feet, which are in combat boots. Her hair is flying wildly in the wind, and it is knotted with green slime. Ew. She holds a gold pistol in each hand and has the biohazard symbol tattooed on her face. There are also batwing tattoos on her back. This is really cool. I like this. I like that even though she has absolutely no meat on this arm here and no tendons, she can still wield her pistol. That's pretty impressive. So, oh no, it's okay, Annie. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely don't get kicked out of the movie theater watching me. That's for damn sure. Uh, I hope you're seeing an awesome movie. I hope you have a great time. But yeah, this is really cool. I really like this. Uh Actually, like the slime in her hair is actually kind of like a really like cool like extra touch. I would have never like thought to do that. Like that's pretty neat. I like it. But yeah, this is cool. I love that she's got like the see-through dress and you can see the silhouette of the other pistol in the other hand. We got some like up close details here of the pistol. She's also practicing gun safety by not having her uh, finger on the trigger at all times unless she's ready to shoot. Yeah, this is awesome. Hell yeah. I definitely get like the biological like hazard feel just from looking at her. So, sorry, she's not getting a she's not getting a hug from me. Maybe Pensy will, but I think I'll stay back. So sorry, got in your hair because it's my Sona's a slime eldritch creature thing. Ah, yeah. All right. So that was everything from Sarah Mackenzie this week. As you can see, Sarah is very talented. I love seeing all of your concept art, your designs. Maybe one of these days, like I said, one of these days, we're not even going to say maybe, we're going to manifest this. We are going to have a team that we can put these into projects and make them a reality. So we can bring this character to life and put them in like a setting, maybe like a game or something. All right, next up we have After B Animates. After wrote just a quick dump of art I made in April so far. Oh, we got this little like old school cartoon style like Easter bunny here with like a basket. He's about to lose one of his eggs here because he's a little a little too excited. The egg is gonna go splat, but you know what? It's a cartoon, maybe it won't. Who knows? Kind of looks like Oswald. Oswald the rabbit. Yeah. I'm not familiar with that name, but I should be because like I am an old, so I should be familiar with it, but I'm not. So and then next up we have their Has Been Hotel OC insert characters. Here these two demons are into like racing and whatnot. And I believe this is a meme because I think you did something with this too, Nympha, right? Where it's like the same kind of like posing and stuff, and then like the last scene is supposed to be like them being like badasses together or something like that. That's what I gathered from looking at the meme at least. Very cool. I like it. I am so bad about doing like trends and stuff like that. Maybe I think my biggest problem with trends is I would always want to turn them into like full blown illustrations. So if I can like hold it back, like physically like grab my arm and be like, don't make this into like a fully rendered illustration, then yeah, I could probably be on top of this. Oh, these guys. I've never seen this show either. This is what Smiling Friends, I think it's called. I've never actually like watched it or seen it, but I think that's what this is from. I like this guy's face over here. This is a mood. This is the vibe right here. And then this one is just like disassociating like crazy. And then the final one we have the After Be Animates version of the Chameleon from Spider-Man. After likes to take a lot of like stuff from especially from Spider-Man and do like their own version of it. So we have the Chameleon, Dmitry Smerdyakov. Hopefully I'm saying that name correct. Is the half brother of Sergei Kravenov. He was raised in a brutal home, trained and manipulated from day one. He started doing acting to entertain his brother and later used it as a tool as a spy. Using masks and holographic technology, the chameleon is a master of disguise and is the first villain Spider Man faced with. Ah, so he's kind of like almost like the precursor to like Mysterio. Nice, nice. I like it. Yeah, the background is cool. I do like the gradient and like the pixelated spider web with like the halftones here. And then we got some chromatic aberration on it too. Nice, nice. I like it. All right, that is everything from After B Animates. After is really cool. They actually have a YouTube channel where they do little cartoon shorts that they also voice themselves. So make sure you check out their YouTube as well. Give them a subscribe, watch their videos, and share them. All right, next up we have Keychain. Keychain wrote, "Hello again, sharing the latest preview art and animated teaser for my capstone project. More to be revealed soon, but here are the characters' names from left to right: Alejandro, Pilar, Elias, and Buenavandre. Hopefully, I'm saying those names correctly. If I'm not, I do apologize." Oh, okay. So this is okay. So we got Alejandro. We got Pilar, we have Elias, and then Bueno Vondre is the vampire guy. Okay. Hell yeah, we know their names now. It is my job to say them wrong. Alejandro. Do my best to try to say this with a bit of an accent here. So, but yeah, really cool. I really like this. I love the stylization of the hands you got going on here, and then you've got like the little halftone on the paper here to kind of like it make it look more like it's got a bit of like a texture to it. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. And do they have anything else? Oh yeah, and here's the link to the teaser. So hold on, let me turn up my music. Oh, we got some 3D elements. Cool. I feel like that went by so fast. Yeah, this is cool. I like the little like PS1 character. Nice. Oh yeah. Right. Let's close and get the music back on. I'm not really good at rolling R's. I mean, I try. I would like to because, like, I love like delinquent like anime, and they're always rolling their R's. It's kind of difficult for me. But anyway, that is everything from Keychain. I'm excited that you have like a whole, whole thing going on here. Oh, good thing Kacho wasn't here while I was trying to do an accent. Man, I would be I would be put to shame. I hope your weekend's going good so far, Kacho. But yeah, that is everything from Keychain. It is cool to finally learn the names of your OCs and your characters here. I cannot wait to see your project when it actually comes out. I am super excited. So thank you for sharing in the art share. Next up, we have Mana Mineko Art. They wrote another Aniki art share. Man, the weeks are just flying by. Ain't that the truth? Okay, here we go. More MS Paint art for ya. So we have an old art of the toy tigers, imaginary friends, Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, and Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes. Just having some fun together. Aw, that's super. Gasp in Espanol. I just imagined you gasp and it was like a like uh like the soap operas that you guys have that are like super dramatic. I mean, our soap operas back in the day were just as dramatic, but it's just really, I don't know, they just seem to be like way more entertaining in Spanish. But yeah, this is super super adorable. I like the idea of putting the two imaginary uh friends of the characters together, just having a little romp in the field. And Tigger is probably like, saying some sort of rhyme as he bounced around. Um, I never really was like a big fan of like Winnie the Pooh. Um, and I actually never read Calvin and Hobbes either. These were both kind of a little bit even like before like my time as far as I mean, like, I'm fairly old, but I don't know. Winnie the Pooh was just like never my thing. Like, of course, it was like, available and whatnot, like when I was a child, and I did watch some of it, but I wouldn't say it was like my childhood jam or anything. So, but I did read the Berenstein Bears, and yes, I do remember it being Berenstein or Berenstein and not Berenstain. I clearly remember that. So anybody who tries to gaslight you about that shit, like it was totally different. I promise. And then we have an old art featuring one of my many pony OCs, Monarch Jewel. She's a blind bat pony with a goth aesthetic. The cocoon of a caterpillar is her cutie mark, symbolizing her transformation as a makeup artist. Oh, okay. Got some storytelling like elements actually on the totally vibe with Eeyore. Yeah. Yeah, same. I'm kind of like I would say I'm a little bit more like when I'm in a really good mood, I'm definitely more like Tigger. I had the appetite of poo, and sometimes I'm a little bit Eeyore, but for the most part, I'm mostly more of like a Tigger type, I would say. I'm a pretty happy guy, so. But yeah, I like her. She's got some wild like lashes going on here, which is really cool. I like how they like curl up like that. I like the Gothaloida neck piece she's got going on here. And I also like that the ears are kind of drawn almost more like they're like feathery kind of. Cool stuff. And it's like I said, it's always impressive that Mana Mineko does this with a mouse in MS Paint. Like I do not have the patience for that. So that is everything from Mana Mineko. If you want some beautiful MS Paint art commissions, they do have commissions open on their Ko-Fi, so go ahead and check that out. Next up, we have PSM, aka Prime Star Mangaverse. They wrote, "Hello, Aniki. Good to be here again. Hey, it is good to have you. While I gear up for my next manga chapter for the Outer Realms, I'll show off my works that I've done already. Sounds good to me." Ooh, don't know if I already shared this piece on your stream yet. You have not, as far as I remember. But this is Susie as she moonlights as popular pop idol for the Triangulum Galaxy. Though she is a ruthless space pirate working for Lilith, she is revered as Miss Triangulum or Dazzling Susie in her downtime. She also uses her idol influence to help the sirens get what they want, even to use her own fans for her personal gain. Haha. Hell yeah. I like that, like, she's like a pirate with a very distinct look. And all she does is like change her outfit and sing, and they're like, that's a completely different person. I have no idea who this is. No, no way is she an infamous space pirate. Not at all. They must be like related or something. That's awesome. That's cool. I like this. I like the you got like the effects here on like the stage and like the things like floating around her. Maybe they're like holographic so she can add to the show. Cool stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, pirate pop star. Hell yeah. And I drew this last year for Easter. This is Livy dressed as a bunny girl. I think I should do an annual bunny girl drawing each year. I mean, I'll never complain about bunny girl outfits. I mean, when I did play Final Fantasy 14, I played a Viera, so, definitely down with it. Um, but yeah, this is cool. This is like a very difficult slash interesting pose here. I like how she's almost got like the kind of like Spider-Man web shot hand going on over here. Very cool. And then she's making like the little like what are you looking at face as she's doing it. Very difficult angle, that's for sure. And then next up, we have this will be the second cover art for the Outer Realms issue number 2, where Jason and his girlfriend, Princess Melissa, faces off against Quetzalcoatl, one of the Dark General's Bloody Mary, have sent to capture her. So he's supposed to be like Quetzal, Quetzalcoatl or whatever that it's called. That's always like the most like difficult thing to say. Piper Lad, Princess Melissa, and Quetzalcoatl. That's cool. I like that. She's got like her little fire action going on here. We got some like foreground action, kind of like this is like cut out on the sides, which is pretty cool. And we've seen PSM use this like kind of like triangular graphic here, so it ties like all the artwork together. I think it's pretty neat. I like it. Ooh, we got a page here too. Hell yeah. One of the pages from the Outer Realms manga showing off the panels where Sir Quetzalcoatl hands Jason his ass with the princess watches in despair. Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, it's difficult to say. It's like a really cool like I think it's like what Aztec. It's like a kind of like a giant like winged like serpent kind of thing if I remember correctly, or something like bird like. Pretty cool though. Silence. Ah, I'm getting shocked. Please stop. Not until you agree to come with me. If you do, oh, if you don't come with me, then your night will continue to suffer. Melissa! I like it. That's cool. Giving her the ultimatum while her boy gets shithoused over here. All right, so that is everything from Prime Star Mangaverse here. I am super excited that you have gotten your series published. Definitely will have to pick up a copy when I am rolling in dough, because I obviously will become a big time streamer man, and I'll be able to support everybody. So make sure you guys check out Prime Star Manga. Make sure you read whatever is available. And I love seeing your work every single week. Here we go. We got Literally Hell up next here. And this is a web series. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on music again. They wrote, Hiya, thanks for hosting the art share and supporting us creators. Hey, you're super welcome. That is exactly what I'm here for. That is my mission. Um, oh, don't mind me. I've also been playing the shit out of Expedition 33, so like my little like Frenchness is coming out here and there. Oh, Pensy, by the way, so don't sleep on Verso. Oh my god. Uh Verso, you can turn him into a fucking machine gun. He is ridiculously broken. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. Like it is already in my top 5 like RPGs of all time now. And I haven't even finished it. But anyway, literally Hal wrote, Hiya, thanks for sharing. I already wrote that. I'm Rob, and here's my very own indie animated web series called Literally Hell on YouTube. Then we have like an actual picture of one of the characters. Oh my god, I should remember her name. Is it Emily? Emily's the sister, right? I think we've watched a couple episodes of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find an episode that we haven't watched here. Really short. A bunch of these are like shorter as they go. Oh, I guess they had just maybe gotten into it here. So we're gonna watch just like one of these kind of like shorter ones here. Go ahead and do this. Nice. There's a lot of like MLP in these episodes here, that's for sure. I wonder if they secretly like it, and that's why they have so much MLP in there. So anyway, that is everything from literally hell. Always entertaining there. I like I said, mentioning the Expedition 33 thing. I definitely catch myself saying some of the things they say in the game from watching it, that kind of thing. So, but man, it's so good. Anyway, make sure that you guys subscribe to Literally Hell, watch the episodes, share them, like and comment, all that good stuff. All right, next up we have Fabrosaur, aka Celia. They wrote, "Thanks so much for the art share. You are super welcome." Ooh, a painting of an anthropomorphic antelope wrapped in a purple cover sitting on a bed. A ray of sunshine hits them from behind, making specks of dust appear behind their head. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah. It's like they, just woke up and it's like a nice, bright, beautiful day outside. You got a little bit of a breeze coming from like the open window out here. And it looks like they have a very fanciful kind of like bed thing going on here. And I like the little bits of like illuminated dust. It's very, very pretty. Yeah, the soft pastels are really nice. They do a really good job with like texturing, and then of course all the detail is in the actual like focal point of the image here. So really good compositionally. Ooh, and then next up we have Sariel from Ikemen Prince with a snake wrapped around his shoulders. The snake has gold and black scales with orange eyes. A streak of light illuminates the bottom of Sariel's face. A blue fog comes from the bottom of the picture. This one's really cool. I like the dual light sources here. It's also really sick because you have like the from the bottom lighting of the blue fog, and then you have the spotlight source from the upper left here going on. I don't think I remember seeing this game before. I actually don't know what it is. I like the snake's face. The snake is like, you better not like fuck with this dude, I swear. I got the bites and the constrictions for you. I'll squeeze you like a juice box. Oh, an Otome game. Hell yeah. I do like Otome games. In fact, Havoc and I are one of our projects is an Otome game, so we need to work on it. So, lightsaber. I don't know. I definitely have been tongue tied as of late. I've been really sleepy lately too, so that's my extreme cope for saying things kind of funky. So I will be more active on the art share in a couple of weeks. I'm just about to finish Tomb 1 of my comic, and I have to develop some characters for Tomb 2. Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah, Kacho. I'm looking forward to that. That's awesome. I'm glad you're like, really sticking to it and really getting to it. Like, I've got all these projects that are on like the back burner that I really need to like, start like buckling down and actually like getting off the ground here. So, but I currently have two commissions that I need to get done first. So I definitely need to pump those out real quick. Also, another shameless self plug. I do have a VGen. I just recently applied to get verified, so I'm waiting for the verification. But if you guys would like some original Aniki artwork, I do have a VGen link in my profile and my socials. All right, next up we have an illustration of two characters, a red dragon and a great white shark kissing underwater. Ooh, scandalous. The background represents a pool in which both characters just dove. The artwork is mostly composed of blue hues. That's really pretty. I like that. I love like all the bubbles like coming off of them as they like, do their smooches underwater there. No, it's okay, Jupiter. I get it. Like I know times are rough for everybody, so I just throw it out there just so, people know, like maybe somebody lurking, maybe somebody that's just sitting on a fat wad of cash that they don't know what to do with. Hey, why not spend it on some awesome artwork? Or you could also spend it on some of these amazing artists as well, because I believe that they have commissions open as well. So, yeah, I gotta try to get the bag, Like I said, times are tough, so. But yeah, I really, really like this. I think this is really cool. I think they did an excellent job. Oh, now I see the correct angle from the pool. So they jumped in from here, and this is the pool bottom. For some reason, I thought this was like, I don't know why, like it didn't connect with me that this is a pool. I thought it was maybe like a sunken city and that these were buildings, but I see the ladder for the pool here. Ah, hey, I am working on it. So when I do become a famous big time streamer guy, I'm going to hire all you guys to work at my studio, and then we will all together hoard our fat wad of cash like like a dragon, like Smog. We'll be all sitting on a big old pile of cash together, laughing and drinking and having a great time. All right, we have a painting of a fox lying on a rock covered in snow. This is adorable. I think I like this one the best out of all the ones that they've shown so far. This one is like super, super cute. I am also like, I love foxes. I think foxes are absolutely adorable. I think it's adorable when, people raise foxes like on the farm. There's like a YouTuber that has like a whole fox farm, and they are so cute. I'm sure they're like tons of trouble because they're so smart, but yeah. Hell yeah, W Fox representation, exactly. They're just so cute. They're so adorable. But yeah, this is really, really well done. I love like that it's all blue here in the background. That is a very nice touch. And then you have like the nice contrast between the colors and the vibrant whites and the vibrant oranges that we got going on here. Aw, you have a fox, buddy. I'm so jealous. All right, so that was everything from Fabulosaur. As we can see, they are super talented. Wow, they English, French, Japanese, and Spanish. Like, I guess that's what they speak. Holy shit. Or maybe that's their heritage. Anyway, that's really cool. I really love seeing your paintings. They have like a great amount of texture and yeah, I know, seriously. Like I really really want to like take the time to learn some other languages. Like I have extremely basic Spanish and I started to learn Japanese. Like I could definitely like, ask where like the bus station or the train station or things like that is, but I would not call myself fluent in like anything other than English at the moment. So anyway, make sure you guys support Fabrisaur. I love your art. It is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's. I mean, look how awesome Pensy is. Like, if I was like, there's no reason why a bunch of like woodland animals wouldn't like flock to Pensy for free hugs. So, thanks, Sneffa. I just got some water and I'm sitting up straight. Hell yeah, now we got Jupiter up next. They might be in the chat. I think I know this person. You wrote one simple sketches of a couple, two pairs of OC siblings, two festival alt outfits for Jessica and Isa, uh, 3, a new OC I made for fun named Isolde, and her talking witch hat, Amara. 4, Jadiana, but gender bent. She looks like her brother if he locked in. Enjoy. Hell yeah, I love seeing your sketches. So we have Brandon Dracima here, looking like kind of gloomy, or actually, this is kind of what I look like when I wake up. This is like my wake up vibe here. Havoc is always like, "Why are you scowling?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just waking up. I'm not actually angry. This is just how I look when I wake up." So we have Eve Crove here. Aw, I like their personality here. It's like they tried something. They're like, I don't know if I like this. And then we have Jadiana Drachma here, Drachamia, looking like majestic as usual. And then we have Jessica Grove here. Oh, and she's sad. Oh, these are really nice, like expressions, really nice studies that you got going on here. These are things that I actually need to do more often myself. I don't know why I can't commit to doing like, just like quick studies or like sketches. Like I always want to push it into like a full-on illustration. I'm like, come on, this has got to be a whole thing. So go ahead to the next one here. We have Jessica in the festival outfit looking absolutely adorable. I love her short flippy curly hair here. And then he got lazy. Well, I think it's like for me it was actually growth as an artist because I used to do like just a bunch of like sketches and then I would like start like illustrations and I would draw like maybe like a head on this giant piece of paper and then I would stop and just flip to the next page. So I was determined to like become an artist that actually like finishes work. So now I like can't turn it off, so I always have to like finish things. In fact, I still need to finish Yakumo and fucking Emily before I forget about it. And then we have Isa in their festival outfit. I absolutely love the floating like little piece of hair up here. I think this is absolutely adorable. Oh yeah, it's definitely ADHD. I am now medicated for it, so that's probably why I'm getting stuff done. Also, mini fun fact: Jessica's like 4'10", and Eve, her sister, is 5 foot. I had an aunt that was like 4'10", and she was so small. Like I'm 5'10" IRL, so it was like crazy being like a foot taller than somebody. Like absolutely nuts. But she was adorable. I miss her. She was so cute. But yeah, these are adorable outfits. I really like it. I love the posing. This one is dumpy thick, and I am here for it. So let's go ahead and there we go. Gotta shout it out in chat. Ooh, I like this. This is the witch one that you were talking about. Hell yeah. I like that she's got like the magical like talking hat. And I like her little, yeah, I love the little like stockings thing here. Hey Pensy, it's free feet. There you go. Well, you're like a foot taller because you're a champion. You're champion size, so. But this is really adorable. I really like this. This is cool, super cool design. I love that she has like the darker skin with like the green eyes and the red hair. Very good color choices. I love it. Hell yeah. Yeah, it might be interesting to sit on a room. I don't know how to feel. Oh, she does have puppy ears and a tail. I was just looking at this. I was like, is this a tail? And then I just realized that there's ears up here too. Wow, that's adorable. Oh, by the way, I need more submissions for the OC art raffle. So if you guys are in the Discord, please, please, please add some more OCs in there. I would like to get like a more variety of people too, like in general in there, so the same people, don't win like over and over again. But yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you. I finished up John John's, so I will show you guys at the end here. So yeah, pain in the butt, 100%. But being able to fly would be sick. Oh yeah, this is JD on a gender bent, looking fucking handsome as hell. Damn. I like this. I like the pose. Like you always have like such good like expressions in posing. I always love seeing your work. It's fantastic. All right. Well, that is everything from Jupiter Planet. I love seeing your artwork every single week. It is top tier. Like even your sketches are like super on point and it's absolutely fantastic. And I love like the little world and like the storytelling you have between all of your characters. It's fantastic. So yeah, make sure you guys support Jupiter Planet. Make sure that you like and share their work. Do your best to spread everyone's artwork out to the world. All right, next up we have Lin Lin. Okay. Well, I hope you crush it. I hope you do get like awesome grades. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I almost missed the art share this week. This is my newest drawing. I was craving pizza while trying to lose weight. Oh no. Yeah, I know that feeling. I have been working out religiously now 5 days of the week. I got Habit got me a kettlebell and oh boy, that's my new favorite way to work out is with a kettlebell. It's like so fun like swinging it around like nonstop. It's like way more entertaining than like regular exercise. And I feel like I've lost a good amount of weight. So I don't actually have a scale in my apartment, but I like feel like way better and I'm starting to like shape back up into uh working towards that slutty waist once again. So yeah, a pizza fly trap. A monster that's a mix of pizza. Oh my god, I almost said penis. Holy shit. That's a mix of pizza and Venus flytrap. It's the combination of pizza and Venus makes me want to say penis for some reason. It's a penis flytrap. Look out. uh that take root under the ground and camouflages as pizza. And the moment someone tries to grab a slice, they bite off that person's hands and maybe even more. Again, penis flytrap. They're out for your crotch. No, I'm not. I'm not craving penis. I swear. Here they are situated in front of a stone oven, in between a bunch of pizza boxes. They are taking the form of meat lovers, plain cheese, barbecue chicken, veggie, Hawaiian, and margarita pizza. Ooh, actually, all of that sounds good. Every single one of those sound delicious. I would 100% get caught by this right here. This is really cool. I really love that they've been kind of like manifesting like their cravings into artwork and then also like mixing them into like scenes. Like I think that's really cool. No touchstone calzone. Oh man. Yeah, I used to eat like my hometown had like some of like the best like little like actually like Italian owned like pizza places. Like they would actually like get stuff shipped back over from like, their point of origin overseas. So it was like so good. And of course it was the like 80s and 90s at the time, so everything was dirt cheap. Oh man. Pizza's pretty good. Pizza's definitely pretty good. But yeah, this is awesome. I love this. All right, so that is everything from Lin Lin. Like I said, I am super like stoked about like your food artwork here all the time. Yeah, pizza's gotten like insanely expensive. Like, if you're lucky if you can get a pizza for like under like, a single pizza for like under 20 bucks or more, which is insane. But yeah, this is super awesome. I love the ideas of like manifesting like, your cravings and your struggles that you're working on, kind of making them more monstrous so maybe they seem a little less appealing. You can totally achieve your goals. We'll lose weight together. I actually do have a fitness channel on my Discord. I actually need to post some update pictures again in that. So if you guys want like some motivation to also take care of your body so we can continue to do artwork together, taking care of your mind and body is just as important as honing your art skills. So we want to live long enough to show the world our beautiful art here. So let's get slutty waist together. Or on the opposite end, if you are happy, with the way that you are, I support you as well. I support all body types. I just personally like being in shape. I can't move a lot today. It's raining in your pain. No. All right, next up we have Ellie Lai. Hi, I'm always glad to opportunity to share the artworks, even though I always post the same drawings. Thank you for hosting. Hey, these some of these look like they're new. It's okay. I totally get it. I remember your first post saying that you weren't drawing that much because you were not feeling confident about it, but well, I mean, if you exercise enough, you can eat like pretty much whatever you want. Like I've gotten better about like my portion sizes. I was born in the year of the pig, so I have very I am a very gluttonous eater, so I have learned restraint once again. Um so that kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm one of those people that if something tastes good, I don't want that flavor to leave my mouth ever. So all right, this one I think we have seen before, but it is super, super cute. I really like it. Very unique, like hairstyle we got going on here. I love the kind of like glittery metallic difference here in these materials, and then of course we got a bunch of like scarring, like she's had like her like either her neck cut or her head has been like reattached, like she's a Promethean. Really cool stuff. And then we've got what looks like either like a dark elf or maybe a vampire here. I really like the like this kind of looks like almost like lattice work here, but it's almost like it could almost be like the shape of like a collar too as well. I love that it goes like inside and like outside of the piece. This is like super super nice framing. Sponsored by L'Oreal. Yeah, yeah. Very, very shiny, luscious hair here. When my hair was like super long, at one point I had hair down like past my shoulders. It did have a shine like this, which was really cool. It wasn't like super wavy, but it was like super thick and shiny. My aunt used to say that I had like mink fur for hair when I was young. But yeah, really cool. I love like the head crest, looks awesome. They got some juicy kissable lips here. Oh yeah. Let's go on to the next one. We have another dark elf here, and I'm not totally biased with these cover colors, but we got like the magenta, like kind of bloom lighting here from the lower left, and then we have like purple and blue lighting from like the sky, and then a really nice splash of like warm oranges and yellows here to bring the attention back to the face up here to the eyes. So really nice composition. I love like the texturing of it all. Oh, there's like Oh, she's got like hold on. I can't really zoom in on it, but there's like texturing like on her dress. There's like a pattern in here. Man, that's super cool. I really like that. And I like her makeup too. Her makeup looks awesome. Ooh, this one's really neat too. Damn, look at all this detail. That's crazy. And again, really nice use of texturing. I really like this like kind of like anti-halo effect that you have going on here. Almost like it's kind of like a black hole, but it's like spilling like ink out of it. That's awesome. I love this. And then there's like subtle like lighting from these things over here. Man, so cool. Also really nice hands. All right. Well, that is everything from LA. Ooh, they have a raffle. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Oh, they play Ion. That's probably where these like dark elves come from. I'm a goofy gooba. I love so this is Richard or Richard EB. They do amazing guitar like covers of like all sorts of like songs. They work a lot with like Jonathan Young and Caleb Hales with like covers. They were like one of the best like guitarists I think I've ever heard. So definitely check them out. Here, hold on, I'll put it in the chat. There you go. Definitely check them out, especially like their Undertale like covers. They're so fucking awesome. All right, next up we have Scarewolf. This is my redesign of Alexander Kozlov, aka the Fallout Man, my new villain speed demon from the Unmasked. And I posted this pic of Riley because I'm curious what you guys like about it the most. More in the alts. All right, this is the old design. Didn't feel quite as menacing, so I went with this idea for him to look like an absolute badass. You'll see the redesign in the second pick to help you remember the character. So he was like, you know, he just kind of like shirtless. He had feet for free here for Pensy. You know, he's got like the kind of like the Cyclops slash like RoboCop kind of head going on here. And then he's got like the big like strongman build here. This is what my legs look like, by the way. Like my legs are huge like this. Like I have big beefy legs. Look like I can kick down trees and shit. And then the next one here is the redesign. So on the left is the original design, and on the right is the redesign. He's inspired by Bakugo, Reze, Gambit, and Rex Splode from Invincible. I decided to make him into a Russian villain instead of a superhero to make him more interesting. So he is a Russian bad guyovich who is here to make you explode, to make you blow up. Let's see. So he kind of covered himself up here. I don't know. It does look really cool. It kind of reminds me a bit of David Harbour's character in the Marvel universe. He's like the Russian Captain America kind of like equivalent. I think it'd be cool if you still like incorporated some of these like straps here maybe on it. Might make things a little bit more different. I think that'd be pretty cool. But again, it's your OC, so you know, you can do whatever the hell you want with it. That's just my 2 cents there. Um, I like that these are almost kind of like what are they called? Fucking yeah, Black Widow's dad. Uh, oh my god, like the sea mines, whatever the hell they're called. I always forget what they're called, which is pretty cool. I like that. It'd be sick if he had also like these kind of things like on his fists that like did like explosions like when he punched somebody. That'd be fucking awesome. Oh wow, this is crazy. Helmet, flame hair, engine spine, fire wheels. Ooh, that's a cool idea. I like that. Antonio Gonzalez got his powers from a tragic yet explosive car accident while he was trying to get away from the cops after a bank heist. Now he's a villainous speedster known as Speed Demon. The idea for the name Speed Demon is from my dad, who is a speed demon himself, which is why I don't blame him. There's a lot of idiots on the road. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. I like this. I like how his like face is like inside the mouth, like a Ben 10 alien that went evil. Yeah, it also kind of reminds me of like the Infernals from Fire Force a little bit with like the face. But yeah, really cool. I like this. This design's pretty sick. I love that he's got like the engine spine here, so he's got almost like maybe like exhaust kind of coming out here. I like the idea of these like flaming wheels so he can like zip around and then use his claws to like wreck people. Pretty cool. I like it. Like Asian gods. Yeah. Go the next one here. Curious to see which version of Riley's superhero gimmick do you like the most, Sun Knight or Sharky? Sun Knight has Sunstar related powers, and Sharky has the same powers as Ripjaw. She's comfortable both on water and land. Both have different stories, just so you know. I just want to hear your opinion. Well, I mean, I know you had said before that this was like one of like her original ideas or designs. I feel like you've committed more to like the whole Sun Knight thing with like her powers and abilities. Um I mean, I do like elements of like this outfit. Uh but I would have to say personality wise, I feel like this is a better like fit for her in general. Like if you put this outfit maybe on like a different character, this would probably be really cool. Like you could just make this into a whole separate character. Like you never want to like fully scrap like ideas, especially ideas that you were like cooking and didn't realize it. So maybe just turn this into a different like character and then continue with Sun Knight. All right, so that is everything from Scarewolf. I guess you can see Scarewolf was really cool. They take a lot of things that they love and turn them into really cool, like dark hero universe kind of things. So definitely make sure you encourage them, give them lots of love. We're gonna work to make their unmasked universe a reality here. Hell yeah, we got Stone up next, who's been waiting super patiently here in chat. You wrote, thanks for hosting this art share. You are super welcome. I'm Stone. I posted earlier, but I reread the rules and realized that I broke one of them, which said they hadn't been shown yet. So I'm re-commenting and put one I'm considering posting. Oh no, it's okay. I mean, you can repost some of them. I'm just not gonna say as much about them. Um, it's just one of those things where when I first started, I didn't really stipulate that. So it ended up just being the same artwork like over and over and over again every single week. Uh, which I get it. Not everybody's got like something brand new to show, but if you don't have anything new, you can also show like sketches. You can maybe if you've done like um some creative writing or poetry or music or just like anything like that, anything that's creative, I am willing to show off to the world. So it doesn't have to just be art work. It can be something that you're proud of that you created here. So this is art of my OC. Beans stand for sitting in contemplation as the text "I think I like girls" appears next to her. This is based on that art by TNC Tancha, which was Francesca from Bridgerton. And then it has a reference here. Aw, that's too bad that she's like conflicted about liking girls. It is totally okay to love whoever you love and be attracted to whoever you're attracted to. Do not be ashamed about it. No, I think you should post whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you happiness. Say whatever you want to say with your artwork. Bring you know, bring all these like subjects and everything into the light. You know what I mean? I don't understand people that are like, shitty towards the LGBTQ community. There's literally no reason for it. It doesn't affect your life at all, so shutting the fuck up is free, you know? That's just my opinion there. You can absolutely, for free, keep your damn mouth shut and continue with your life. Because loving whoever you love is your right as a human being. And, yeah, I'll suplex anybody that says otherwise. Well, it was a struggle for Beans because she's from 1873 and she slept with Sadie, who is a woman, and Beans was married at the time with a daughter. I'm not one to support cheating, but Sadie treats Beans much nicer than her husband. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like I get it for like the time period. Like it's not like you could at that time just like, leave your like husband and that time period was definitely not friendly for, the LGBTQT people. So, you know, but I support Beans here. Um, it's okay to like also for the character to, still love their child. But a guy in the 1873 is probably not going to be the nicest person, so fuck that guy. Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much for posting this Stone. This is everything from Stone this week here. Make sure you guys like and retweet their work. I really like it. I love that you're also spreading a message here. Makes me happy. Good stuff. All right. Next up, we have Aaron Boy Verhel. They said, sorry for the late post. I am here, smiley face. Not a lot of new art because I was working on making a video game, hell yeah, in the past few weeks. Though I have some art of characters and enemies featured in my game, so allow me to share some of them. Names, descriptions, etc. will be on the alts. Hell yeah, I absolutely cannot wait to see your game. We have Corporal Greenwax, the Goblin Prince. He's not only a prince, but he is also a corporal or corporeal. Maybe it's corporeal. Yeah, it's got to be corporeal. Ruler of the self-proclaimed Zalk Empire, or Zalk. Corporeal is a ruthless yet incompetent ruler who is always undermined by adventurers. Despite this, he is well liked by his people who are ready to fight for him in his subterranean domain. Loves his daughter very much. I like that he's a ruthless ruler, but the people like really like it. They're like, that's my shit. This is the guy. That is him. I'm gonna get going. I need to get some food or I'm gonna be horrible for the rest of the day. Hey, no problem. I hope you get some super tasty food. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of your weekend. Thank you for showing up. I really, really appreciate it. It's always nice to have you. And then next up here, we have Maxine Greenwax, the petite Tinker, daughter of Corporal Greenwax. She is a tomboyish girl who likes to build various inventions for her people and her dad. Technically a princess, but doesn't want to act like one. Friends to Red and Flayed, who Corporal hates, and acts as their cool big sister. Hell yeah, you can't have goblins without a goblin tinkerer here. Always the best type of goblins, creating like crazy inventions that are just like absolutely wild and volatile. I love it. Oh yeah. Also, I'm very I like tomboy characters as well, so 100%. This is awesome. Oh shit, he's got a like his daughter must have built him a Robotnik bot. That's awesome. The Golden Prince Mecha, Caporal's proudest invention. This machine is his last resort at crushing any adventurer that dare enter and exit his caverns. Armed with a hammer, a flamethrower, and a lightning cannon, alongside other weapons, serves as one of the bosses in my game. Oh shit. Yeah, I could definitely see this being a challenge here. Especially if this is like a 2D like side scroller here. You know, you probably have like the overhead swing from the hammer. You probably have like a floor to like ceiling swing here with the flamethrower, and then maybe like a straight across vertical like lightning shot here from the lightning cannon. And then I'm sure the weak point is actually hitting him. So good luck with that. Man, that's crazy. He got that Gurren Lagann neck too. He's only got one face though, so he needs to have two faces to be the best. A clockwork goblin, a contraption invented by Maxine but repurposed by Corporeal to be his mechanized fighting machines to combat adventurers immune to necrotic spells due to their mechanized nature. Yeah, there's nothing to rot there, so I definitely see that. I feel bad. I know this is probably not what it is, but it looks like a front butt for some reason. I mean no disrespect whatsoever, Verhel. I just had to make a little joke about that there. I really love that they fight with like a giant screwdriver. Like that's fucking awesome. I love that. And they got like the wind up in the back. They've got like, like microphone slash like speaker system here for ears. Really cool stuff. And again, I'm totally joking about this. Please don't be upset with me. I love your work. It's fantastic. I cannot wait to play your game. I am super excited for that to come out. We're all going to support that. We're all going to play it. It's going to be great. And you're going to be rolling in money as well. So that is everything from Aaron Boy Verhel. So make sure you guys throw a lot of support. Oh shit, we got Pensy up next. So I can go ahead and click the show on this because I got approval on ahead of time here, or they gave. Here's my new post of my succubus queen, Delia or Delilah. Saw this post trending on Twitter and had to draw my succubus queen doing it. So here is the original post here. I've seen this trend going on where the boobas are covered up by the dramatic lighting. And so yeah, I've seen this has been like going around here. Um I kind of wonder if this is the actual shadow or if this is like maybe painted on here too, because it looks kind of crazy. But who knows? It might actually be shadow. Ooh, and then this is Pensy's version of it here. You did such a good job with this. It looks so good. I love that you're like, experimenting with lighting and with posing. You did a really good job of utilizing the reference. Everything looks super, super solid. You are absolutely digivolving into Mecha Amazemo Pensymon. you know, I'm I'm gonna see you in real life, and you're gonna have like rocket launchers and wings and like a jetpack and like chain guns for hands because you have digivolved so much in your art career. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. You did a really, really good job. I'm very proud of you. I love the heart eye and everything. And this is a difficult angle too to do of like the face. You did a really good job. Looks awesome. Super, super proud of you, especially like getting over COVID still. Hell yeah. Awesome work. So that is everything from Pensy. As you can see, Pensy is awesome. Pensy is one of the coolest people on the internet. Make sure that you give Pensy a lot of love here. Yeah, Pensymon Digivolves. Yep, 100%. But yeah, give Pensy lots of hugs, support them, make them feel better as they continue to get over COVID, and also be friends with Pensy because Pensy's amazing. Oh shit, we got Nympha up next, and I saw these ahead of time, so I really like these. Nympha wrote, "Happy Art Share Day, woohoo! I'm finally managing to draw normally while under my medication. Hell yeah! I drew a bunch of OC related drawings this week." Yeah, 100%. I don't think Ensign would ever be mad at Ricey for staring, but I thought it would be funny for the meme. Yeah, it's it's definitely hilarious. But yeah, like definitely, there's no way that you could like avoid looking at her personality. Her personality is so like upfront and in your face that it is unavoidable, totally unavoidable. But this is super adorable. It's super great. I really, really like this. I love seeing like the personality of your characters and everything too. And then we got a flustered Inuyasama is a very rare occurrence, so I had to make one. Hell yeah. I would also like to see more drawings of her in this outfit here. So I'm just saying, a little request from a fan here of Inuyasama that definitely down for some made Inuyasama. That makes me happy. But this is a great expression. She is so pissed. She is so fucking mad about it. You can see it. I love it. And then this is thank you. I don't even know how to say that. IU Viz for your request. Oh my god. Trying to talk without burping here. I apologize. I love the monster energy drink symbol here on their little their gourd. Ace commissioned me to draw his character in a cool Ki Pao, I don't actually know how to say that. I'm so sorry. Outfit. And unfortunately, he specified the male outfit and not the awesome Pretty New Year's Ki Paos that show leg. Hey, it's still really cool. Oh, it's got like the. Wait, is that a cup of tea or is that a hat? Either way, this is a really cool character design. I really, really like this. This is like super action packed. I love like that you got this awesome like lightning kick going on, and again like the really cool like graffiti style in the background is always like chef's kiss like classic Nympha. Hell yeah, looks so cool. I, I actually showed this to Havoc the other day because I thought it was hilarious. The Tummy Hig survivor Nympha. You're so proud of yourself for the next picture is you giving yourself a medal because you're so brave. You're the bravest. Fantastic. I love it. I love seeing your persona as well. Fantastic. Ooh, and then we have a speed paint here so we can see your amazing work. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start this over again. Hell yeah. Funny girl Nemazine. See Nympha's process here. She's so mad. Awesome. I love this. This is so cool. All right, so that is everything from Nympha. Make sure that you guys follow them on Twitch. They are also a fellow VTuber and streamer. They also have a webtoon called God King Zaibatsu. It's super awesome. I have read all the chapters. I am current on it. Make sure you guys go to Line Webtoon on the app, go under Canvas and search God King Zaibatsu. Subscribe and read all of their chapters. It's awesome work. I love it. Oh, wait, do we have even more? Or no? I clicked on the wrong thing here. Sorry, guys. Uh, I'm the worst. Oh, was that the last one? Oh, that's right. This week was going to be a short one. Hey, that is totally okay here. Like, I already feel my throat getting raspy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick you guys back in the lobby real quick. I'm going to pull up some artwork of mine to show off, and then I'll be right back. Oh my god, come on, cooperate. Jeez. that. And let's see if I can find some older stuff again for me to share. I know it was a great ending for that archer for sure. Let's see if I got anything that I off. I guess I could do like some of these. I could show you guys some like at least some kind of sketchy stuff I came up with, like free designs that are not 100% fleshed out yet. Just some previews of some of the Otomi characters that we were coming up with. Let's see what else can I show. Now, these designs that I'm showing here are not finalized for that, so don't get too attached to those designs. Let me see if I have anything else I can show. Oh, yeah, I need to do that. I definitely want to, get it printed. Ooh, this one's really old. I'll show you some much older artwork. That way you guys can see where I came from here. I know I was like really choking up like watching that, seeing that. All right, I gotta save some for next week as well. I'll show you guys more of this stuff as we go here. Alex is the best art dad. All right. So this is one of the early development arts for one of the Atomy characters. This is Chris. She is half light, like a flame kind of elf, and half human, if I remember right. Let me go ahead and make it full screen here. So this is like an older art. This is like more of like a sketchy kind of style I used to do like a while ago. Uh, Not her final design, but I still like her design a lot. She's mixed with different elf types. Okay. Um, yeah, Havoc wrote all these characters, so um but yeah, I do like the design. We're gonna work on bringing this back up and updating it with my skills. This is an early design for a celestial elf type here. That I did. I did this in Paint Tool Sai. This was like a much older like style that I used to do where I was trying to go for like semi-realism there. I was like really inspired by Sakimi-chan, I believe is the artist's name. I was really like trying to like emulate that kind of art style. So this is a lot of work. But I still really like some of this artwork here. And then I also had the where I would emulate Iya Kushinov's like eye style where they had like the little thing in the shiny pupils. This was an early design for like I said, an Atomi character. Alistair here. Very smug, very like full of himself. This one's like so stiff. But I did this like really quickly. This was just like a just like a basic idea. And then this is another like even older like Chris drawing that I did. This was like how my old art like used to look. I do like the plugs having like the kind of like emerald kind of like stone-ish kind of thing in there. But yeah, this is how I used to draw a long time ago. And then this was going to be also one of the Otomi characters. This is a little newer here. When I was coming up with her, how she would look like in game here, I'm most likely going to redo this, but I do like this like design. I think this design is really cool. I will probably update. I really like the eyes too. Like the hair and the eyes is really cool. I wanted her hair to kind of look like whipped cream almost. So and then she's got this like cool necklace thing. The jacket is all like holographic and iridescent. And then she's got some skulls on her thing here. Again, none of this is like yeah, I like freckles on characters. I'm a little biased when it comes to that. I think freckles are super cute. And this was like I was trying to figure out hairstyles for like the MC for this. This is definitely not like the finalized. I was just playing with like different like hairstyles. But yeah, he's got like, you know, this is okay, I guess. I did this like really quick, so and then this was also like a I found this ridiculous outfit on Pinterest where I think Havoc found it for me and I wanted to try to draw it. But yeah, I really like this character. We're definitely gonna give him like a different hairstyle, but I had fun with this like almost kind of like messy like Spike Spiegel-ish kind of like hair going on here. Did some cool stuff with like his eyes here. And oh, and the final one is this is the final drawing for John 117's OC, their succubus there. But yeah, I really like the way this turned out. I finished this up last night. Let's go ahead and zoom in here so you guys can see everything. I think it turned out pretty good. I don't think I sexualized her too much. I tried to make sure that she was just really cute. You know, I didn't go like super crazy with like the proportions or anything. But yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing this. I really just enough sex. Yeah, she got the abs at least. Uh, but yeah, I really enjoy doing the OC art raffle. So again, you know, if anybody else would like to join the art raffle here, I definitely need some more submissions so I have some to choose from. Otherwise, I will have to pivot away from the OC art raffle again until I get some more submissions. That way I can make it fair. Let me go ahead and throw you guys in the lobby here so we can do a wrap up for today. I want to thank everybody so much for hanging out with me today for the Art Share favorite stream of the week. I love getting you guys together. I love seeing artwork and talking about it and giving you guys like the spotlight, how amazing you all are. If you guys would like to participate, if you're watching or you're lurking, again, I will have the pin post on my Blue Sky. I will continue to tag everybody until they tell me otherwise to participate every single week. If you like the kind of content I do, please follow me to see when I go live. Consider subscribing, that would help me out tremendously. I will be taking a break from streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back on Monday with some more Detroit Become Human. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you then. Bye bye bye.